We're going to do a quick video on a Craftsman garden tractor, how to adjust or replace the brakes. This is the green one that's been around forever. This is a 9 hydro transmission, which seldom ever go bad. This is just the basics of it. There's a rod that gets from the brake pedal or the parking brake, goes all the way to the transmission. And there's actually a spring on there. It's right over here. We lost it somewhere. It's in the middle of taking this thing apart. And there's a pin here. You need to tighten these two nuts. Loosen them first and tighten them if you don't have enough braking power. And then the spring will compress, but you don't want the spring too tight. Another thing too is you can take that off. Loosen up these two bolts. I think they're 1/2 inch, 13 millimeter. And then you can check actually your brake pads. These do have brake pads. And I actually had to take these brake pads out and use them for something else. These little pins go in and out to make the brakes go, so make sure your pins are working. Really don't want to oil them too much, but if you have to get them free, that's fine. And on the back of the brake pads, here's the brake pads here. These are the old brake from another one. They're a little small. I had to cut. There is a little piece that goes in there first so the brake pads don't get smashed. This brake pad's a little too small, but actually it would work. This push out. The lever pushes the brake pads out, like so. You really can't see them getting pushed out too much because there's not much material there. And if the material goes bad, you can just grab. It's pretty much universal for these. It's just a little block, and you can just put another piece in there, scuff down the rotor a little bit, or the disc, whatever you want to call it. Scuff it just a little bit, and then put the metal piece goes in first, then the abrasive, so the abrasive it touches the drum. The metal piece keeps the pins from going in and out, and you would just tighten it back up. Push it down, so put the rod in there, make sure you got the spring on. I don't know where the spring is offhand. And then tighten the spring down just until it's got a little tension on it. When you hit the brakes, parking brake, and see what happens. I've noticed the passenger side, right side, axle will spin. Once on the ground, it won't spin, because once the left side, driver's side, I guess you want to call it, wheels on the ground, that stops both of them. It seems to be like an open differential, so it actually seems to really be stopping with the driver's side or left as you're sitting in the tractor wheel. So once that wheel's on the ground, you can even do it upside down like I'm doing it. Of course, if you don't have the engine in there. And then make sure it's not spinning or nothing like that, and then it should be good to go. And it takes a few minutes. And then also, if you don't know how to take the wheel off, there's just a clip. C-clip. There's a washer that holds the wheel on the outside, and then there's a C-clip that you have to take off to take the wheel off. Some of the wheels don't come off right away, so you're going to have to probably soak in some penetrating oil for a while, or motor oil, and just wiggle it back and forth. And that's pretty much how to do the drums, the brakes. Actually, they're disc brakes on a garden tractor.